Welcome to the Bright Ideas podcast series brought to you by the American Academy of Optometry Foundation in collaboration with the Innovation Council. In this episode, host Maureen Plowman talks to Ali Abdal from Binox.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mo Plowman, and I'm here today speaking with Dr. Ali Abdal, the third prize winner of the American Academy of Optometry Foundation's Bright Ideas Pitch Competition. Ali is the co-founder and director of Binox, and we're excited to talk with him today about the product and what it means for the world of eye care. So thanks for joining us, Ali.
Thank you, Dr. Mo, having me here. And sincere thanks to American Academy of Optometry Foundation for giving me this opportunity once again to record this.
Wonderful. Yes, well, we're excited to speak about Binox and, kind of talk about why it's important to optometrists and to the public. So can you give us an overview?
Yeah, sure. So as a Binox product, as you know, this is primarily aimed to manage amblyopia and other binocular vision disorders like separation or even convergence related issues. However, during the pitch competition, we focused more about treating adult amblyopes. And today's time, a lot of people who were either undiagnosed or even treated for childhood amblyopia, but there is still some residual component, they left so-called legally blind because, as you know, amblyopia traditionally can be treated up to certain age group, maybe 8, 10. After that, there is no hope left. But thanks to our dioptic technology, which is emerging nowadays, more of binocular concept, where amblyopia is considered to be more of binocular problem, and we can treat amblyopia at any age group. And with this dioptic principle, we patented this process, how an amblyopic patient can be treated with stimulus in the better eye, getting with a lower contrast compared to the amblyopic eye, so that the binocular summation can happen at the visual cortex and brain can start processing them without suppressing. And with this unique feature, it helps to treat adult amblyopia. It is so more important for the general public. As we know, they're living with a risk of losing eyesight in future instances. Take an example. Suppose in adulthood, they get into some problem with the dominant eye or the better eye due to the age-related condition, and they becomes dependent on somebody. And that results in so much economic burden and the social burden. So here we aim to help them and say, don't fail, that there is no hope for treating adult amblyopia. Binox can help them treating and gaining the vision back and make them independent so that there is no future consequences of accidental falls, driving related issues, or even routine activities, even like shaking the hands. So this is how important for both aspects, clinically as well as for the general public.
Well, and you touched on a lot of things there that I think are all great, right? Dioptic therapy, binocularity. For amblyopia, that's definitely seems to be the wave of the future. And it's interesting to talk about with adults too, right? So I guess if you could just expand a little bit on how, this would be implemented in clinical practice and patient care, and kind of what are the key features that separate Binox from other binocular therapies out there.
So Binox has its own unique patented process where you can start doing the assessment of the baseline parameter like visual acuity, their binocular vision functions, whether they have separation, what extent of separation is scotoma, and even whether they have stereopsis present or not. In the process, once you do this assessment, the program sets is parameter itself that at which level of dioptic training they should be projected with. And as the visual functions improves, starting from resolution acuity to binocular vision functions, the game becomes more and more difficult. Now, as we know, the outcome is largely dependent on the compliance of the patient. So we have introduced numerous games based on the similar principle so that it is more engaging, lot of fun, and also gives the results. And to the clinical point of view, ODs can track the progress of the patient because they can do it from home. Being cloud-based, patient can access it from anywhere in the world, and clinician can do either in-office or home-based therapy for them. This sets apart from other competitors which are available in this segment. Moreover, it is hardware agnostic. It can be used in any laptop or desktop, which has a LED screen and internet connectivity.
Wonderful. Well, and just talking about Binox, and it definitely sounds like it's already being used in certain parts of the world. So, part of the Bright Ideas competition was also talking about developing and a market plan. So for our mostly US-based optometric, listeners, could you tell us a little bit about when we could expect this in the US and just what the plan is to market and develop Binox more?
That's right. So we are available almost across the globe, except commercially yet to be available in the US market. As you know, there are a lot of regulations, compliance needs to be fulfilled before we commercially launch it. So in our pipeline, we're looking at FDA approval. So far, Binox is 510K exempted registered. We are looking for a full 510K registration or certification in future. And at the same time, we wish to work with more and more ODs for the clinical evaluation part of it, creating more awareness amongst the adult population who left with residual or untreated amblyopia. At the same time, we're looking partners or business associates to take this to the end users, both clinicians as well as to the patient.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. One last question before we let you go. We're interested in how the Bright Ideas competition has really helped with the development of Binox, or just what it has meant to you to be a part of this competition.
I think there was no better opportunity other than Bright Pitch Idea competition. It gave me platform to showcase the innovation, and it's novel one because we can treat adult amblyopes. So from no hope to treat them, and the successful outcome is quite big. And during competition, there are some invaluable feedback from the juries. There are guidance from the mentor. It gives a lot of confidence to the innovation and also improvisation for future instances. So the platform like Bright Pitch competition is very useful for showcasing any new innovation like what was there this time. It was amazing experience.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to see where Binox goes from here. And thank you again, Ollie, for joining us today.
Thank you once again for having me here.